Frogun is a 3D puzzle platformer inspired by N64 and PS1 titles of the era like Chameleon Twist and Mega Man Legends. And I am not alone today. With me is fellow runner and any percent world record holder, Trader.
Hello, my name is Trader, and you heard me earlier, but I wanted to bring it back because we didn't get to hear Hellfridge's answer to my question. Hellfridge, you're looking a little green. Are you all right?
I am very alright. Like, we have ambient lighting in this room, and I thought it's if I have that, I should make it green because we're playing Frogun, and there's a lot of green there.
Exactly, and yeah, we're gonna be doing an interesting run category, right?
Absolutely. This is SNES. It stands for Speed Medals, Notes, Eyemeralds, and Skulls.
I have to think about this every time I say it out loud.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult.
It means we have to get all of the main collectibles in this game that are not coins, because collecting coins takes a lot of time, as well as finish every level under a certain time limit, and then finish the game. It makes the run much longer, much more difficult, much riskier, but also, in my opinion, much more fun than the any percent category that you might have seen Trader run at AGDQ last time around. And also, Trader, you have not watched this run yet, right?
I have not. I've done very early routes for this run back when it was basically coming out, but I actually haven't done anything after that, and you and...
Before we start, there's two little things. First, there's an incentive for Brutal Rush, which is a rush of all the bosses. Not all, because we're going to skip 1.5 of them. So if you want to donate to Little Warriors, you can also make this marathon longer than it already is now, so that's wonderful. And another thing, this wouldn't be a full Frogun run if I did not wear my beloved frog hat that I'm going to put on now. And then I'm gonna let Trader take over and tell us about the story, and we start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, my...
You have to exit. Hit escape and then enter back.
I swear to God.
Fine. You don't have to close the game. It's one of the glitches.
I did not know. The controller disconnects if you leave the game. In this screen. Okay, so we're gonna start the timer for real now in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yay! There we go. All right. Well, this game, you're going to play as Renata over here, the little girl, and you're going to find your parents, Luigi and Daisy, who have gone missing. We're trying to find where they are, and because of this version, we're going to actually be able to, talk a bit more about it. Basically, we're going to be going through all the different little stages to try and find where our missing parents have gone. And what this amazing little frog
companion can do for us. But first we're going to enter into the first stage, which normally would be a very fast blink and you miss it kind of thing, but here you immediately see the difference between any percent and SNES, because you're going to the left and you grab the Eyemeralds. You need 2 Eyemeralds in each stage and also the Obsidian Skull. One other thing you'll be needing is to get the notes. Those are the 3 collectibles that we'll be getting in every stage, is 2 Eyemeralds, an Obsidian Skull, and some notes. And then we're just going to go through everything very quickly. And that gives us the second S, which is the speed. And just like that, that was a really fast first level, by the way. Incredible.
What's interesting about the collectibles is that the Eyemeralds and the notes you keep if you die. However, the skull, you may have seen me jump seemingly into death in level 1. There's like a hole in almost every level that brings you to like a separate zone where the skull is hidden, and it's supposed to be like a challenge thing. And you only get to keep the skull if you manage to get to a checkpoint afterwards. Which makes routing interesting because there's gonna be death strats, which is new to this category, where we will intentionally die in order to, save some time.
Yeah, oh my god, that gave me a heart attack. That little rat wanted to show off a death strap, but not in the right place.
No, like, here is how I demonstrate dying in this game. Oh, that was not smart. That was not smart of me. Like, that's not how that game's supposed to go.
No, you were literally talking about it. You're demonstrating how to die in this game.
Oh, yes, I was just being honest, is what you're saying.
Exactly,
So-
exactly.
Do you maybe
Thankfully,
wanna say some
oh,
more
yeah?
about how the game works? Like now that we've explained the category.
yeah, okay. So basically, the game has this grapple mechanic. You can run, jump, well, walk, jump, and grapple. And this game specifically, the grapple is just incredibly overpowered. Anytime you're going to be moving, you're going to be grappling because the speed that a grapple is like 2 or 3 times faster than walking. So literally even the smallest gaps are right here when he's going to grapple this fly. It's about 7.25 blocks or units
So,
of space.
Coming up is a very difficult jump, but I'm very hyped if it works.
Okay,
I choked.
No,
I choked.
That's
lamentable.
all right. You still got.
It's lamentable because now I do have to re-get the skull. I did not have to go up there, by the way.
That was silly.
Muscle
Now
memory.
I'm yeah, exactly. Now I just went the route. I have to re-get the skull, and that's like one thing about this category, but also about this game in general. Like mistakes can be very costly time-wise, but also there are like insane strats that can save a lot of time.
For sure. Thank God you didn't go for the IL strat there.
Although, like, Giza Maluk actually found out, like, Giza Maluk is another runner who holds almost all of the world records in the individual levels. And he found that you actually going through the door might be faster. Like, I just went over that gap that you saw there and thought it was faster because it's swaggier,
Yeah.
but it might not be.
I believe that it is faster to just go through the door, but it doesn't look anywhere near as cool.
Exactly, and sometimes you gotta do the swaggy thing. I will do the swaggy thing several times today.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to talk about this level?
Yeah, this level, there is actually a cycle that Hellfridge is trying to make right now. It's going to be 20 seconds in. I don't know if you're going to be going for it. Yeah, you're
Oh
going
no,
for it,
I'm not
okay.
gonna get the emerald before it. Like,
Oh, okay, okay.
I just push that green button and that unlocks one of the emeralds. You can actually get the emerald before making it to this here elevator that you can't skip. However, that barely saves any time, and you have to basically play it perfectly, and it's not
Yeah.
worth it. Especially
It's
since
incredibly-
you have to do everything after that perfectly as well.
Yeah, it's just very, very precise. Also, one thing that I guess we haven't mentioned yet is health. There is health. We have 3 HP, basically. If we get hit 3 times, then we die. But fun fact is there are health upgrades in this game that, because we're doing a lot of the collectibles, we're actually going to be able to get more health than in the any percent route. So it's basically going to be used to damage boost in a lot of sections, and it helps save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Well,
later
saves
on-
a small amount of time, but it builds up.
I mean, later on, there's just gonna be a lot of damage boosting.
For sure. Especially look out for World 4 if you want to see some of that.
Oh my god, we're gonna need the health as well. Like in any percent, I usually go with 5. I used to go with 4 because I'm very good at doing new routes. But here we're gonna have 6, and we're also gonna need it.
Yeah, just because of the amount of strats that you have to do and these long, normally in any percent, a stage is going to be roughly around 20 to 25 seconds long, which isn't that long. Most of the stages are going to be double that or more in SNES. And it's so important to be able to have the HP to survive that length of time, because believe it or not, this game's actually very difficult and challenging in terms of its movement.
Yeah. So coming up is the first death strat. We're gonna get this emerald
Yes.
here.
And there's like a convenient, like not a death plane, a death wall right there. If you walk past there, you just die. And we already had the checkpoint after the skull, so we can just go over here and
Yeah.
make that.
It's not a big death warp, honestly, it only saves a few seconds. It's just more convenience more than anything.
Absolutely.
But
like
it definitely shows the value of the death orbs.
so, do you maybe at this point
Like, yeah, who's Jake, by the way? Like, what's
Oh,
this
yeah.
level about? What did I do here?
speaking of, yeah, Jake is our rival here. We have to. Normally, we race Jake to get to the end of the stage and finish before he gets there, and then we're normally allowed to be able to collect things, but I didn't mention it earlier. Hellfridge actually just completely broke the sequence by going through the
It's a backdoor.
going to the top and then going to the obsidian skull. So it's really good. You'll see more of Jake hopefully later. I don't actually know the route, so I'm just guessing. We'll at least say hi to Jake. At least once, I promise you.
Any percent route, you see Jake a total of 1 times. I will not disclose at this point how many more it is in SNES. This was a lamentable death, but it's fine because it's right next to the checkpoint.
Yeah,
so
it's
maybe you can talk more now about the double shooting in the air and what all of that makes possible for this run.
Yeah, so with grapples before, it used to be the fact that you could only grapple 1 time in mid-air because the grappling was it is very overpowered, and if you grapple in mid-air, once you grapple once, you're not able to do it again. But there was an update, I think it was the 1.9
Yeah, I think so.
2 update. I think that was the one that did it.
Or even
And
1.9.
yeah, one of those two. In any case, it allowed you to grapple twice in midair, and it allows you to stall. And that stalling is very important because it gives you a slight bit of extra distance for your jump, and that's going to be used a lot in a lot of other stages, but we'll see those later, and I'll point it out when it happens. You have actually seen it already in 1.6, but yeah. Also, we're in our first boss fight right here.
Yeah, this is
We-
Prickly. Prickly
Yeah.
is probably like one of the most annoying bosses because it's the only one that has like some... Oh, that was unfortunate. Some proper RNG going. You see those flies dropping, and
We need the flies to damage Prickly. You also see those boulders. The boulders can actually destroy the flies, and in the very first phase, if that happens, you just lose the phase, and then you just have to wait. In the Brutal Rush, we have that twice in a row. Like, he just bounces once, twice in a row, so you have to
Oh, that's terrifying.
be a bit lucky there. Yeah, Brutal Rush gives us way more difficult versions of these bosses, and it's a fun ride. I do recommend.
Yeah, I it's very long. It's very brutal, that's for sure. But it's not too bad once you get used to it, I would say.
Yeah, it's an endurance test more than anything.
Although we can say that because we also skip one of the more annoying bosses.
Like one and a half. Oh lordy, what happened there? I missed the jump.
Oh no.
Yeah, like
all right.
We're skipping 1.5 bosses, is what I'm saying. There we go. Now I
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you very much. We've got a $10 donation from one of the main organizers of this event, the DM Panda, with a total amount of, yeah, as I said, $10, saying, Indiethon Hype, good luck to all the runners, and a thank you to all the amazing volunteers. And so those $10 go towards the incentive that is on for this run, the Brutal Boss Rush.
Yes.
So this needs $40 in total, and with those $10, that means we've got only $30 left to reach it. If I'm not mistaken, we have until the end of this current run, until estimate, basically, to get to those $40. So I definitely do not doubt we can reach it. So let's keep it going, everyone, and let's make this an even greater start than it already is.
Absolutely. I of course did some practice on Brutal Rush, and I'm actually scared of it because there's like a very real chance of me dying and losing a lot of time. But I'm just willing to put my hat into the ring for that. But it's gotta be a good time.
Terrifying thing. This is a great example of death abuse. This next stage coming up, it's one of my favorite stages of all time.
It's one of the
Normally in any percent, it's like it can be under 4 seconds if you play it perfectly. Even the collectible version of this stage is really, really fast, and it's so fun.
Also, just like Renata cannot swim Also, now I'm gonna just turn around, and there's the end of the level already, and conveniently, you're gonna hear the word conveniently a lot in this one. Conveniently, the skull and the second Eyemerald are like just around the corner there. So now I'm gonna try to do a swaggy thing, because it's really cool. It's also a bit risky, but here we go.
Anytime I hear swag, I think...
Ah! Oh my god. Okay.
Almost.
I'm so... There we go.
Okay.
Like, that
All
was...
right.
That never happened before. There, I said it. I said the speedrun thing.
Nice. You saved a total of -5 seconds with this.
Nice.
But you did it, and that's what's cool. So that's what matters.
Exactly.
It's one of my favorite stages. It's cool. I love that stage so much.
So I'm now gonna turn auto-aiming off. This game has an auto-aiming feature. And at some points in the run, you're gonna see me turn it on and off, because when it's on, it can actually throw off your aim. Now, that was my mistake. That was not the auto-aiming. That was just me.
Yeah.
And if you have to do precise shots where there's enemies nearby or collectibles, you want to turn that off so it doesn't distract your aim.
Auto-aim basically prioritizes enemies over walls if they're nearby, is what we found out, and it can cause a lot of issues in certain locations because we have these grapples be a very precise nature to them, so it causes a lot of issues for us. That's why they normally turn it off. I actually have it off completely for the entirety of my runs.
Yeah, that's because you're a great gamer and you use mouse and keyboard for this game, while I play on a controller.
That is also something. I've never played it on controller. I don't know how it would feel.
Yeah, like...
Also... Oh, okay.
All good.
Precise grapple here, but nice. Oh, that was clean. That was... You didn't even need to do the,
I wanted to play it safe rather than be sorry.
That's true, but that was still a nice grapple.
Thank you.
Alright. Going into... This stage has quite a ton of different reroutes that's been done over the course of the time that we've been running this, because this is a cycle-based stage. And there's a cycle that is at the end of the stage. It is one of the elevators that you saw in 1-4, which was the one that happened 20 seconds in. This one is 11 seconds long for the cycle, and there's quite a few different reroutes that have been done over the course of it. Right now, this is a route that I've not really seen. It's very similar to a route that I've seen before, though.
Yeah, that's like the current world record route by Gizamalook, basically. Like, he found a way to do what I did way faster, and I just stole it. Like...
I mean, that's just speed running.
Exactly.
If you see a fast route, you do it.
Exactly. Like, do the fast thing. Or the swaggy thing. If you want to annoy a trader, do the swaggy thing.
Well, it's not annoy. It's more like, give me a heart attack.
Alright.
But yeah, no, this is fine. No. I mean, it's your run. If you die, I get to laugh. I'm the commentator here.
Exactly. Everybody gets to laugh. I get to show off a thing that I can't do well. So it's a good time for everyone except me. So, like, no reason to complain. So yeah, also you'll see me like wait a bit on the map screen in between just to check if I have everything. My biggest fear is like missing a collectible here. This is another Jake stage. Do you think we're gonna see Jake?
Looking at your route, I think the answer is no.
Yeah, like we went like off the rails right from the get-go. Skipped the cutscene trigger for the race. Oh, also I'm gonna turn auto-aiming... No, I'm not gonna turn it back on. I'm actually not sure right now. Like, there's different reasons in this level for either.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I feel like no auto-aim at the moment would probably be better, especially for that grapple in particular, because of the fly.
So, time for another swaggy thing! Oh,
yes, this one's actually really, really useful. Yeah, that was fast. Basically, normally we need to go a really long distance around to get to the obsidian skull. Instead, you can just go from the very end of the level, jump on top of the collision there to make it to the actual obsidian skull, and then backtrack to finish the stage.
Yeah, also we had to get to the end of the level first to activate this red button. The reason for that is that the spawn point after the skull zone is just like directly over the swamp. So unless you activate that button, you would just die there. So we have to make this detour to the end of the level first to activate this button here.
Yeah. It is something that doesn't seem... This route looked very convoluted and looked like it took a while, but it's the fastest.
I am still not sure if it's the fastest route, to be honest. Like, this
There
level
is
confounds me.
probably... There is a faster route that I do know of, but it isn't faster. Oh, there's like a death strat route, excuse me.
Okay.
But it's just... I don't know if it's faster RTA.
So, let's talk about Kiki. Have you ever met a boss that you didn't want to fight and you... Oh no, I missed the cutscene skip thing. You wanted to leave and you just did. Just leave the boss arena. Tell me about what's happening, Trader.
Yeah, you just don't want to fight it. That's it. That's simple. Just simple. Basically, what's happening is there is the arena. Every boss arena is actually inside the world that we're fighting in, but because of the length the grapple can go to, you're able to actually grapple out of the arena, have it still playing, and while we have to wait for the cycles for Kiki to go by, we're able to... Basically, they have vulnerable and invulnerable phases, and in the invulnerable phases, TheHellfridge is collecting all the collectibles they can to be able to finish the stage, but in the time that they are vulnerable, there are conveniently very amazing little pots that you can throw to damage the boss, and it makes one of
I did it bad. I shot too early. No. Oh lordy, that is so embarrassing. So now I'm gonna just bite into the sour apple and get all of the rest of the stuff.
Yeah,
and
that is
inconveniently do the rest of the boss as per usual.
Conveniently inconvenient.
Exactly. More time for charity.
Alright. Exactly. By the way, one thing I didn't mention is I did not sleep today. So if we get to the brutal boss rush, this is gonna be it's gonna be brutal, but for a very different reason for me.
You will hang in there.
So yeah, I'll be alive, don't worry.
So for everybody at home, getting enough of sleep is important for your health. Also staying hydrated.
It is, and maybe I should... Never mind. Anyway, because of missing the damage on Kiki the last time, TheHellfridge is going to have to wait an extra cycle. It loses about 50 seconds, I believe, which is significantly better than dying in this situation.
However, that's why I set a generous estimate, because like if things go wrong in this run, it can be really, really, really mean.
Yes, there are mistakes in...
Oh lordy, that was close. Also, these tornadoes, they can actually kill the crocodiles just like in Prickly. Normally we don't have to deal with that because we're out collecting coins. The coins we got because after this level there's another chest in the hub world where we get another extra health. So this is like the one, like we basically 100% at the level. That's like the one level we completely 100% because conveniently everything's just there.
Yeah. Also, one thing I didn't mention, but a big reason why we don't do all coins is also just because we're able to do the stage in just one run of it. If we had to get coins as well as every other collectible, we would have to do it at least twice for a majority of stages, because collecting coins takes such a significant time sink in every level. Just look at how many coins are laid about in it all across the stage. There's 375 in this one.
And you can't quickly zip around to them. Like, you have to slowly walk to get them.
So, best case scenario, you'd have to do the stage twice, and you'd have to do that repeatedly for a lot of stages. Obviously, for a speedrun category, yes, maybe for like 100%, if someone feels crazy enough to do so, they're fine to do it, but it's a very...
Like, I applaud anybody who does that. Like, you will have my respect forever. I am not as powerful.
It's just a very painful category to do.
Yeah. Very big endurance test.
Yeah. Also, just it feels tedious doing the same stage twice, doing basically the route that you see here, and then doing in any percent as well.
Technically, there is a way to go about that. There is a glitch in this game where if you die, like if you restart the level exactly like the moment before you die, I don't know if it's like frame perfect or like just very, very tight.
I think it is, yeah.
You deactivate the timer, the level timer in the top left, so you can collect everything and still get the timer medal. But that's still like very heavy roughing. Anyway, swaggy stuff.
Is this faster?
I don't think so anymore. Like Izamalu got the world record back with the normal route. I just wanted to show it off.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So I think we haven't talked about infinite wall climbing yet and ledge grabbing.
Yes, infinite wall climbing. Basically, you've been seeing it a lot from this run already, is that if you grapple, well, what happens when you grapple? You hit the wall? Oh no, you get the weird, not weird, but like the colorful stars that appear. And every time that happens, Renata is knocked back and up. And that up is really important because if you're able to grapple while you're going up very slightly, you're able to keep grappling and keep gaining height as you're doing that. And that allows us to climb walls that we have no right to be able to get on top of.
It's illegal. Like the Frogun police called and they're like, you're not allowed to make these jumps.
But you are allowed to change your auto aim right here.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure what would be the reason for it here.
I actually wanted to do it before the last level already, and then I just keep it until the next time I don't need it. It might have been unnecessary now. Although, like, I mean, grabbing onto the snowman is a bit more convenient like this.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's gonna be
missed the notes.
slightly useful. Oh, that's fine. I mean, it would spawn you right back here anyway, so
Yeah,
you would have been fine
so
either way.
Shout out to the seesaws. The seesaws are cool just because they tilt down slightly, so you could just grab onto them and then get on top of them because it's all coming your way basically. Oh no! Oh, I could have just like retreated and go back up the thing, but I don't want to do that. I did not get
but
that.
at least
I did not get
infinite
that
grapple
checkpoint
time. That might be a bigger issue than.
I mean, let's see how it goes because now it's time for another swaggy thing. One of my favorite tricks in the entire run.
Oh no! I know what
yes.
you're doing. No.
Oh, yes. So this is this is very risky.
Please, you didn't even hit the checkpoint.
Oh lordy! I almost dropped that one. So
The
but
kill
we're not-
plane is just barely at Hellfridge's feet there, by the way. It is a lot more precise than that seemed.
There we go.
You're not out of the woods just yet, please.
No, I'm not. Oh my god. I'm not out of the woods yet.
Okay.
Oh lordy. Oh no! That never happened before. Welcome back to the beginning of this level. So that's why we're generous with estimates, because things can go wrong, and when they go wrong, like if it rains, it pours, basically.
I think that was a very different thing.
Why? Why is that a different thing? Please explain. Could you elaborate?
good.
Anyway, we're all having a good time, right? That's the
Yeah,
most important thing. Like,
just
I'm
gives
having
more
a good
time for donations.
Absolutely. Like, are there any any messages to read? Because this would be a great opportunity.
Absolutely. Speaking of a good time, we're having an even more amazing time with a donation that just came in. That is a $10 donation from Fixator with a comment saying, "Shout out to HellfridgeH. He always beat my best times in Neon White, so he knows what he's doing."
Oh my god. And
those $10 also go towards the Brutal Boss Rush incentive, which means we're currently sitting at 20 out of 40. We're halfway through, guys, so let's make HellfridgeH suffer a bit more by the end of this run, please. Because obviously this is what we like seeing in here. So let's keep going, everyone, and thank you for your donation.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't the submission form. Oh my god. Do you know what?
What?
You know what I did?
Do you need the notes?
No, I forgot
Wait,
one of the emeralds.
Oh no!
I absolutely
That's
did.
all right. That won't be too long. That won't be too long. It's just a detour. We've seen this stage once. We've seen it twice. Now we get to see it a third time, but a little differently.
Exactly.
Great.
Oh no, that's also the Eyemerald that caused me to show. Also, like, the good thing about this is I get to show off the cool trick a third time. Because of course I'm gonna do that. Because I know I do not know restraint.
Well,
Like, you can't stop me. Trader, you
oh,
can't.
interesting. Do you not need to get both Eyemeralds? You just need to get the one that you missed?
Oh, that is actually a good question that I have never checked before, and I'm very happy that you mentioned that, because now I'm gonna get the other one as well. Like, I have literally no idea whether you have to get both in one run. Like,
Yeah.
I am so happy. I'm so happy to show this off again as well. Like, this is my favorite trick. Like, it also saves a lot of time. I think like 10 seconds or so.
Fun fact, this
you
is
do
a
it perfectly.
trick
Yes.
that I never ever decided to ever implement into a run because I hate it. I actually despise that trick.
bad
It
trick.
was a big reason why I did not.
Oh my, no. Like, why am I choking so hard on this level now? Like, this is
It's
marathon
alright.
luck.
It's alright. It's alright.
I mean, I'm
It's not even the hard trick. It's just a
like
slope mechanics.
I keep doing like one of the most trickiest tricks in the game, like over and over. I'm gonna do it again, friend. I'm gonna do it again. Like,
Yeah, trick that what do you call it? The any percent world record does not have, will not have if I'm ever the world record
no,
holder.
now I failed. Okay, so
I
here's-
think some safety is in play here.
yes. So this is the final one. Like, if I'm gonna choke again, like, I swear we're gonna drop this level. I'm gonna put in $25 for charity. Like, for my
you do
own
it again.
shame.
Oh no!
For my own shame. Nah, I'm gonna play it safe now. I'm gonna.
All right.
I'm gonna entertain you and your your hatred for this trick. It will, of course,
No,
be-
I feel like I've just been like completely justified in my reasoning for not liking this strat. You've done a great
I've-
showcase here.
I mean, I have just like showcased my despise for like this here. Oh my god, no. So
There's a
we're
checkpoint.
gonna-
You know what makes that strat so amazing?
Oh my god,
There's
there's a
that
checkpoint.
right
Like, see,
here.
I've never learned to appreciate this checkpoint. Ain't they beautiful? Like, we
Exactly.
all learned something here. I'm actually the world record holder in this category, by the way. I swear I'm good at this game. So for,
TheHellfridge is very, very good at this game.
I have been before. So let's do this again. So there we go.
Alright.
We've activated the
Alright.
button. We've got the thing. Now we just got.
It's always the casual things.
Now we
that,
just
are
exactly.
difficult.
That's just too low level for me.
There we go.
Make me infinitely
We're done.
climb. Make me infinitely climb for 5 hours. I'm fine
That's
with that. Let me activate a button on a seesaw. I cannot do that. So now that that's out of the way, we can actually get an extra health that we don't get at any percent. And then I'm gonna go into like one of the like trickiest levels. I feel it's like a very nasty level. I feel.
Yes, this stage is one of the more interesting ones. There's lots of different icicles that fall onto you, or enemies in. You know how we've been talking about how things are very conveniently placed to help us? This is a stage that's kind of like the opposite.
I mean, there is like a big convenience and there is a big inconvenience like later on.
Yeah. But overall, it's not too bad, but it is stressful, to say the least.
Oh.
As you can see. But yeah, there are two reasons why TheHellfridge dying is great. It gives us more time to talk about this run, and it makes me have to stay up for longer.
Oh
And
no, I'm
we
so
all know
sorry.
TheHellfridge
I swear I'm gonna hurry up now. Okay.
No, you're
No,
fine.
now you've made it personal. I have to preserve your health. So there's a tricky jump coming here. Oh lordy. Ah,
You're fine. You're fine.
I was not fine.
No. Oh, you're gonna go for it again? Okay.
Of
Let's
course I'm gonna
see.
go for it again. Like what? Who? Like you
Okay.
know me, right? There we go. Conveniently,
There you
we
go,
can go
nice.
up to that arc that just happens to be grabbable, and now there's this big structure, and it is horrible to route. Like, this is the route that Giza Maluk used in his world record, and I'm just gonna steal it.
Interesting.
I have still no idea if it's the fastest one. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna reroute this until somebody comes and tells me, hey, Hellfridge, we found this, you silly fool. Why didn't you find this yourself? And I'm gonna say, because I don't like it.
Hey, Hellfridge.
Oh no, I actually
You
did
might
not-
need to do the stage again.
That's also never happened before. Cool, we're gonna show off the any percent route. That's nice. I'm gonna turn off auto aiming.
Alright. Basically, I didn't mention this. A lot of the actual speed medals are barely within reach for doing it within one sitting of a stage. And if you make mistakes or something doesn't go exactly right, then something like this can happen and you'll have to do it a second time. Thankfully, this stage is one of the faster stages to do, and it's really consistent.
And I got
there
to
you go.
show off, and I got to show off this cool jump that you don't get to see in SNES. So
Yes.
of course that was intentional.
I can hear the mashing, the
Yeah, like
intense mashing.
I have no idea why that happens. So coming up is maybe one of the most difficult stages, like just for how risky
Oh,
it
yes.
is, because it's another Jake stage. We're gonna bypass the checkpoint, the cutscene, and we're just gonna go off rails. Also, because this is a race. There's no checkpoints here. Like, you're supposed to do this in one sitting and get everything else afterwards. So we're gonna get everything, and nothing bad should happen. So this is the normal route through the level. We're just gonna jump here and go to this. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're gonna hate this level because everything is swaggy here. It is a level made
The
of
tree
swag.
just floating. It gave up. It doesn't even care anymore. What is happening?
Frogun is where trees don't care. Oh no. Yeah, you can just conveniently, you can run up this this thing here. No, I wanna like grab onto the snowman. There you go. Also, these trees down there, just jump down there.
Okay,
And
good.
jump over them.
Enough. Okay.
I'm so sorry, Trader.
Okay. Please pray for Hellfridge to not make a mistake here.
I'm
one of
enjoying
these
this.
sections.
I'm enjoying this. way
Yeah,
too
you're
much.
in. Why am I the one stressing?
So
I'm
coming
not
up is
one
the
that
most
needs to deal
difficult
with it.
thing about this level here.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Oh yeah, that was fun. Let's do more. Why not?
Oh no! There we go. However, the good thing is,
Thankfully, yeah.
Thankfully that was the skull, so we would have like only lost that. We have the notes, we have everything else, so we're just gonna make it. I'm not gonna try the
Yeah,
IL
so-
thing.
Thank you. Basically, one thing to note that we haven't mentioned yet is that the Eyemeralds and the notes do actually persist through the death. So whether you got a checkpoint or not, it doesn't matter. You're still able to continue, and you're able to... Why are you going this direction? This doesn't sound like the safe route. This doesn't look safe to me.
I didn't say anything about safe.
You said... Yes, you did.
I just said that we don't have to get the... I wanted to show off the swaggy thing, Trader. Like, have you learned anything?
Yeah, I've learned I can't trust... My name's Trader, and I'm the one that's supposed... I'm more trustworthy at the moment.
But what? But you could trust me. You
I
can
cannot
you can trust me to do the swaggy thing if it's possible. But yeah, this is like a major hurdle at this level. So coming up, I'm gonna not do the swaggy thing. So this is Wintry. This is the third boss level. And this is another level where technically you can leave the boss arena to collect the stuff. However, that is very, very risky. It's actually like
it's
you
not
have
comparable.
to like it's for if you run the level individually and want to get a world record, do it. If you do this in a run, like you have my applause, but I'm also like I'm not gonna do it. You have to get one of these enemies taken to the arena, and then you can use that to leave. And that is the slow version, because that way you can only do it once and only in the very first phase, which saves a little bit of time, but not a lot. If you are like completely like wild in this game, there's gonna be an attack in the boss fight where the boss is gonna throw some like pillars at you, like ice pillar thingies. And you can actually grab onto those and use those to get out of the arena. And you can do that twice to get all of the collectibles and like basically perfectly time the phases and save a lot of time. But I have never done that, and I will never will.
Yes, it's every strat in comparison is not every strat per se, but many of the strats that you'll see in this run are on a tier 2 below the strat that Hellfridge was talking about. It's just so unfeasible to go for in a run that it's basically just wasting time if you tried it, because you're going to mess up most likely.
I mean, I will eventually like use the one with the enemy in a run. Like if I want to like lower my ball record a bit more, then I'm going to use the one. I will never use the one with the pillars. Also, the pillars are of course RNG. So, like, you will not know from which direction they come and in what pattern. I'm also very sorry for the sound in this level. It weirdly peaks whenever Wintry does the which, of course, she now does all the time. That's the weird thing about this game's audio. It's like that specific scream of Wintry.
The audio balancing, in that, for whatever reason, Wintry's volume is a lot louder, and I don't know exactly why. But in any case, this Wintry has been perfectly fine. This has been like, after the chaos that the last 2 stages were, I'm just glad we have some kind of... Personally, I'm glad I get to breathe a bit, you know?
I'm sorry for that emotional roller coaster I'm sending you on. I'm also not sorry about that. I
had a feeling.
Also, like, this is also the only boss... Oh, that was unlikely. Like, the 2 pillars, normally you can use Wintry as a shield, and the 2 pillars just perfectly went past her, but still hit me.
Oh, yeah.
This is
they had a vendetta.
A run full of that never happened before. It's like... So also, like... now I wanted to show up this for a last time, how you can, like, skip some of the boss by just staying in the middle with her. But yeah,
and it didn't work the one time.
The one time where we didn't talk about it. In German, we call that the Vorführ effect, like the show-off effect. Like the one time you show it off, that's when it doesn't work.
Oh yeah, I feel that a lot. That is very real. Also, one of my favorite stages, and completely different in the SNES category, is a steep descent. You will still be descending quite steeply, but not nearly as much. So it's because we had to get this amazing little obsidian skull. It's a very quick detour. Honestly, not that bad. But you also have to grab the notes, I believe, that are in a slightly awkward location.
Yes, there's gonna be another slight detour, but there's still, like, lots of jumping. There's also death planes around here, but we, like, navigate around those. Because the game wants you to do this level like a good person and just look at all the level architecture. But we're gonna do a thing that we also do in any percent. We're gonna grab this here mouse for extra jump width, and just, like, conveniently the end of the level is just down there. You just can't see it because it's so dark.
Fun fact is that you actually do need to do you have to pick up an enemy or something, an object to throw, because it gives an extra stall, and then you do 2 grapples to stall a bit more to get enough distance to get over the kill plane. And that's why we're able to do that. It's not just...
I mean, you can do it without an enemy, but it's super tight.
Yes.
Like, I don't attempt that.
It used to be the only way of doing it before we had the ability to do 2 mid-air grapples, so it just made it significantly safer. Speaking of safe, that isn't safe.
I'm not doing safe things.
Yeah, honestly though, I will say with the auto aim, it is significantly. Oh no! And now we don't go to the beginning of the level. I wonder what's happened here. Well,
like the game tried to pull a fast one on us. Like the hole to the skull zone is just conveniently hidden down there.
Yeah.
I like last time, like I did a full game run that went pretty well, and I just forgot it. Like the game tricked me, and I knew the route.
Oh no! Yeah, if you tunnel vision on going fast, you'll forget about the skull.
Yes, I think that's like one of the big challenges in this category, to keep everything on your radar and still go fast.
Yeah. This stage has seen so many ILs submissions too, because it's got because of how it's laid out, you can grab each and every one of the different collectibles in any order you prefer, because you're able to grab the note there, then the Eyemerald is notes on the left, Eyemeralds on the right, and then there's skull gems to the right of the Eyemerald. Dear,
I'm sorry, I did a thing again, right? Did I do a thing again?
I have no words. I don't have words.
I'm so happy you have not watched this run before this. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with that. You just
by the way, Renata cannot swim. Renata cannot go into, like, I don't know, a goopy swamp. However, she can like very comfortably attach to a pillar of lava, because
yeah.
Also, she can walk through it. Like,
game logic.
Yeah, game logic at its best. This is like so wonderfully gamey. I love it.
Can't swim, can't stand in toxic swamp, but is able to stand on lava because she has the fire resistant stuff from the RPG that she played. So yeah.
Are you noticing something?
Not that
bad. You don't have to finish the level to get the Eyemerald. Or did I skip a level? Wait, or did we not do that?
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh no, we did not. No, forget about it. I tricked my own brain.
All right, and you're giving me.
No, it's just because I'm an old man. It's fine.
All right. Well, thankfully I am. I don't think I'm a Goopy Swamp, but that is actually the stage that you're in. Goopy Swamp in any percent is one of the more notorious ones, especially for me, because I am terrible at the infinite wall climb, especially trying to get on top of an edge from that. And the fact that there's no checkpoints and you're doing this...
Is it stressing you out a bit?
There are words I can use to describe you that would not be...
appropriate?
No, they'd be appropriate. They just... Genius is not the first word that comes to mind.
Oh wait, it's not the first word?
Yeah, it's not.
It's fool.
It's risky, I would say, but you're doing fine. As long as you're alive and you got the checkpoint, that's what matters.
Exactly. Like this went pretty well. Like you just saw this entire level is just a risky series of things to do. That's why I love it. I love it in any percent because it's so notorious and it has the weird infinite wall thing. And I love it here because it has a similar weird infinite wall thing and other cool tricks. Like,
yo, Arg! Thank you for the raid!
Oh, we got raided.
Hello.
That's so cool. So welcome everybody who's watching now. This is Frogun. It's a wonderful game. Also, you can like donate money for a really good cause, Little Warriors, which is a great charity. Also, you can make this run longer with just, I think, $20 that we're still needing. I don't know. Like, I think this is a pretty great situation that you're in right now.
Mm-hmm. To all the people that just joined, this run is Frogun's SNES percent. SNES is just basically the speed, notes, emeralds, and skulls, which is basically all the collectibles that you actually want to go for. And you know what's amazing, by the way? I have not slept, so the longer this goes on, the longer I am going to be sleep deprived, which will make this even more entertaining because there is just $20 away from getting an incentive met that makes the long run longer.
It makes the long runner. It makes the
long runner. Yeah,
it's like long cat, long runner.
So if you want to hear me have more fun with this, then yeah, it's perfect. Also, it's just a cool incentive, so you should check it out. It's the brutal boss rush, which is there's a boss rush and then there's a brutal boss rush. So if you want to see what that's about, definitely donate towards it.
It's brutal. So this is like the damage boostiest level, I think. We do have to make a detour away from the end of the level, just because this is the one inconvenient thing. Like, this green emerald is just like sends us on a spin. Like, we already were there.
It's so funny. They make a cage that you can open from the inside, and it's like, oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I think there's a green button somewhere else, but I don't know where anymore.
Yeah, there is. I'm just very surprised that there even exists a green button inside the cage.
However, I think like the first time around that I ran this level, did I get the? Yes, I did get the time. Even like the thing. I don't know the times by like I don't know them from my mind.
Heart. Yeah. Don't worry. As long as you go fast, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean that has already worked not once before. It has already not worked once before. Is what I wanted to say.
All good. Fun fact with this stage. Here's something that people might not know if you haven't been knowing about Frogun for a long time. This stage, notoriously in the first versions, you weren't able to get all the coins, and it was actually barring people from... Oh, nice try. That was very close. It was barring people from getting the 100% achievement for this game. And the reason is because there were 2 coins missing, I believe. And those 2 coins were stuck inside a wall. For some reason. Something was... I think a vase was placed in the wrong location inside the stairs. And by sheer chance, Trihex ended up finding it in their casual playthrough. We couldn't find it after like searching for hours, but Trihex just accidentally grappling onto a wall broke the vase from inside the wall, and was the first person to get 100% in that stage.
That's wonderful.
So yeah,
I didn't even know that story. I think, or maybe I did. I forgot because, like I said, I'm a very old man.
Mm-hmm. It was before basically anyone joined. It was very, very new. Or very, very old story. It's basically as soon as the game came out, it was one of the first things that got patched. So yay, you're able to get all the coins now. Yay. And you also get to see the boss here, which I don't remember the name of. I think I misnamed this boss during my other...
So I did a commentary for my world record run, which like I busted the file, and I also forgot this name, this boss's name. It's Scorchy.
Yes, Scorchy. I had to. I read all the names for the bosses, and I could not remember it for the life of me. Every single time, I kept a. It's not even like it's a bad name or difficult to remember. It's literally Scorchy. It's a bug on fire.
I mean, I guess compared to the other ones, it's the least like very on the nose descriptive. It's got a bit of like nuance to it compared to like prickly and wintry and kicky. I don't know, but it's a cool design. I love the sunglasses. So if there's like
the boss fight is very nice.
Yeah, this is like one of the easiest boss fights. There's like not much going on. So if there's any messages to read, this would be a great opportunity.
All right, absolutely. The love keeps pouring in. We've got $10 here from Riri with the comment saying lasagna. With also going towards the brutal boss rush incentive. So that means we are just $10 away from more suffering and more insanity here for TheHellfridge. So keep it going, everyone. And I'll also add that, with those $10 remaining, you could also potentially win a prize. You could potentially win the Indiethon mug. I nearly said Bingothon mug. No, I meant Indiethon mug, which you can get for a minimum amount of $10. And I mean, drinking an Indiethon mug definitely sounds amazing. So if you do donate towards the end of that incentive, it's also one thing you can potentially get. So let's keep it going and keep enjoying the run.
Yes, that's wonderful. It's going to be amazing that we're going to get another $10. Surely someone's going to fill out the final 10 so that we get the brutal boss rush.
Yeah, after this level, we're 2/3 through the run. However, like Worlds 5 and 4, like they're... So I love this category. Like Worlds 1 and 2, they're cool. Worlds 3 and 4, they're amazing. World 5 and World 6, they're terrifying. Like...
Yeah.
Like from now on, everything is just gonna be so mean.
It will, and it's gonna be fun because I don't have to feel worried. It's not me running.
I mean,
nice.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm stressing you out
okay.
plenty, actually.
Yeah, you are, because I'm invested in this run. Unfortunately, I've
No, and I'm
I've
slacking
recorded
off like I
into
am.
this.
That is so sad. Spiky
But yeah,
Hollow.
if you saw that boss fight, there are quite a few bosses in this game that are actually kind of difficult to deal with, and Hellfridge is going to have to do them back to back to back, and not only that, it's going to be a harder variant with more HP and different and more difficult styles.
Yeah.
So
it's-
honestly, the brutal boss rush is really interesting.
Yeah.
And you never get to see it anywhere else because it's not in any other kind of speed run for this game.
Yeah. I think I'm still the only person that's ever submitted a speedrun for that level.
Yes, probably. I do not want to ever even attempt trying that.
So much fun though. So
It's-
we've done death strats before. This is the first level. Oh no, the first level where we do a double death strat. We're actually gonna die twice on purpose because, like in any percent, this is actually one of the shortest levels.
Yeah.
Because like it's just a very convenient route to the finish. And normally the collectibles are like somewhere along the way, right? But here, like it's almost like they intentionally put all of the collectibles as far away from the goal in as like many different directions as possible. So
Yeah.
this is probably like the level where you see the most compared to any percent, just because it makes you go through this gauntlet.
Yeah,
So-
it's got one of the most unique routings possible because of the convenient checkpoints and inconvenient locations of
Yeah.
all the collectibles, which honestly does make the level really interesting and unique compared to what you would see otherwise.
Absolutely. That was the second intentional death. And now we're going to return to our...
And there you go. Yeah, the end of the stage. There you go.
And normally it's just like 10 seconds. Go up, go
Yeah.
over the gaps, go to the goal. That's it. It was really weird
Exactly.
routing this level and be like, oh, right, that's what the level looked like.
I still get
I-
lost
I
in the
played
level.
this
It's
before
really
casually.
easy.
I did. I remember.
And
So-
yeah, this is the start of World 5. Well, technically the one before was the start of World 5, but that's like the hallway stages, which is the first of every world. There's like a hallway stage except for World 1. And this one is just very difficult. This whole world is very, very difficult and kind of impressive to try and route. There's lots of moving platforms, lots of grapples that you have to do in mid-air that are above death planes.
Speaking of which,
It's
the worst,
not-
the worst skull zone in the game. Like,
Yeah. Oh
this is,
my god.
This is the scariest shit. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to curse on this marathon? I will not do it again. But this skull zone deserves it. Frankly, like
Yes, it's terrifying. It just
it luckily went really well. Like
Yeah.
it's got everything that's horrible about this world.
you've got cycles that you have to grapple onto. There's also cycles for moving objects that can hurt you, as well as you don't really see the platforms because there are invisible platforms that you're supposed to stand on. It is a great mixture of all the little mechanics that this stage implements. And honestly, I do think that these things are really interesting, but
Absolutely.
dear God, in a
It is-
speedrun, trying to do that fast is nightmare fuel.
I am in a hate-love relationship with World 5, seriously. So we can't forget the second Eyemerald, which is just like hidden up here. Wait, like when I routed this category, I seriously couldn't find the Eyemerald. And had
Yeah.
to look it up.
I, I had to do the exact same thing. I couldn't find it.
Oh, there we go. That
But,
almost went wrong.
You know, if we just ignore things that go wrong, then they never happened, right?
So I'm gonna say two things.
that-
I'm gonna say two
Yeah.
things now. I'm gonna say Chamber
Uh-huh.
of Spooks, and I'm gonna say swaggy things. What can you give me, Trigger?
Well, okay, to be fair, Chamber of Spooks, my stage. I love it. It's great. I like swaggy things. And yes, I've seen this game so many times as well. It's so fun to look at. It's it's got such a great aesthetic, and also just the mechanics and movement are great. Like this section, for example, so many midair grapples. It is spectacular to do. It is as fun as it looks.
I made that look easy. That's one of the hardest tricks in the game. Like getting over that zigzag thing. I love it.
Yeah. The reason why it's difficult is because what you don't see.
Oh, that was
Okay, nice
that
save.
turned out nicely.
What you don't see is that every time Hellfridge has to grapple, they have to change the direction in the time that they hit the wall to change where they're aiming the next grapple. And you don't really have that much time. And you have to do that 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's pretty precise, and it's also like 3-dimensional, so it's... I assume it's more precise with mouse and keyboard, but I cannot play on my mouse and keyboard. Like, I'm a controller kind of guy, like... That's just
I'm not
what
too
feels,
sure.
It just feels more natural to me that way.
I'm very used to doing very quick. I for example, there was a donation about Neon White. I played... The thing that kept me awake today was I was playing a bunch of Neon White, and that game is notorious for the amount of quick aiming that you have to do.
All right.
If you do the speed run.
That Chamber of Spooks, by the way, went beautifully.
Yeah, it didn't go wrong at all. I mean, the only thing that almost went wrong got saved, so
Yeah.
thank God. Alright, this stage, I love this stage, and I am incredibly biased towards that. It's because I found an incredible skip that saves a pretty major amount of time. I think it was like 20 seconds. And I found it the day of a marathon run. So it was just legendary to me.
Like just practice before, like I was there.
Yeah, we were practicing. We weren't even looking for anything. We're just like, wow, wouldn't it be great if we could get this? But thankfully there was a checkpoint, so even when we failed, we could actually go back and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah. So, like, it's... have you watched the IL of this level?
I have... yes, I have,
Okay,
I think.
so there's gonna be a cool trick where we're just gonna, like, take a leap of faith, as you said. And that's still gonna be in here, just in a different kind of form. Not gonna do... Like, normally you could jump down here, and you conveniently land on the last part of the level. However, in SNES, also conveniently, you can still do that, just you do it from here. And there's the level.
Okay. That looked significantly scarier than
I mean,
I'm used to.
It's pretty consistent. I think I made it look a bit scary. I'm sorry for that. I don't want to stress you out more than I already do, frankly.
I'm getting heart palpitations. Don't do this. No, I'm kidding.
Also, like every Chamber of Spooks now is just completely mean. Everything about this is out to get you.
Yeah. Every one of the Skull Gems rooms are going to be slightly terrifying because we're getting to the end of the run. There are only quite a few stages left. I think like 7 after you finish this one.
Ish? 7, 8? Wait, this
8.
is...
Yeah,
after,
8.
Yeah, 8. Right, after this...
Because you have
Jake!
2 stages left in this one, and then, yeah.
Are we finally gonna see Jake?
Yeah, Jake, our rival that we don't even talk to because we're a little introverted, so we don't actually talk to our rival.
Oh no, there's a cutscene.
Oh, but don't worry, he's introverted too. Look at how terrified he was of interaction.
Maybe he just
don't
doesn't
worry,
like
I relate to you,
spiders.
Jake. No, that couldn't be it. Hi, Jake.
That's Jake.
Oh, and just like I would, I run away from the situation immediately. Anyway. We're doing great though. Oh, in terms of time, I think you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, cool.
Good checkpoint grab there.
Oh no! Also, this randomly happens. You can get just trapped in this door for no reason. At least none I know.
Sorry. Yeah, the reason for that is actually because the red
Oh,
switch gives you the slightest bit extra height.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it blocks you from leaving the actual exit because of where it's placed.
I did not know that. Also, that death before, that never happened before.
Conveniently, this death actually helps that you don't have the timer of Jake anymore.
Although that's trivial.
Yeah, because of what's about to happen in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, death.
So now we're gonna return through the door once more, because conveniently, there's the skull with the skull zone right behind the door. It's almost as if the game wants us to run this category, where we can just, like, do swaggy things and collect all the things and bring people to heart palpitations. I don't know. So now we have everything, and we can leave. Which brings us to
we
boss
get
number
into
5.
Yes, which is my favorite boss. It is the one that has the most amount of variance to the different attacks that they do. And it's also just visually stimulating to a degree that I like. I don't even remember the name of the boss anymore.
It's Hexy.
Hexy, yes, my brain does not work at the moment, but it's alright, it doesn't need to. I get to see cool strats happening and I just go, ooh, pretty.
Make Frog go zoom. Or
Yeah.
Frog goes brr. I don't know what the meme is. So I hate this skull zone, by the way. It's one of the worst.
Oh yeah, this is probably the most stressful one. It's not
up
too
there.
difficult, but it is stressful.
It's just like, yeah, that went very nicely, perfect.
That went perfectly.
And now
yeah.
we go basically back to the any person route. This is also one of the levels where
Yeah.
everything is just sort of similar.
Yeah, there's almost no detour. The only detour you're gonna see is grabbing the 2 Eyemeralds, which
Like this Eyemerald here, it feels like they forgot one Eyemerald. We're like, where can you put it? Just like put it there on the side of the wall.
yeah, I mean, I definitely keep forgetting that it exists there, so it's a pretty good hiding spot.
I suppose. And there's the other one.
Yeah, that one is the one that I really like. I like the idea of platforming using those skulls to bounce up.
I actually use this in any percent now too, because I find it much easier to navigate this place if I just go up there. It might take a second longer, but it's just like, it's free.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Hexy is, as you can see, able to use cool magic spells. And using those, you have to avoid all of them because they're dangerous and can hurt you, but not all of them, if I'm gonna be honest. Quite a few of them you can actually cheese. It used to be a little easier to cheese a few of them, but for example, this one is the one that's very obvious. You're supposed to be in that small slice that the 2 sections of wind keep you in, as they damage you if you're outside of them, or if you interact with them. But if you move fast enough, you're able to avoid it. Also,
I danced for too long. Excuse me.
Oh, I see it in the webcam now.
All good, sorry, I interrupted you with my silliness.
Where was I? Oh, yeah, okay. The other attack that you saw while TheHellfridge was dancing is the one that allows you to attack Hexy. And that one, you're also able to just, if you stand still, this one actually is really weird to look at if you don't know what it looks like casually. Basically, that glass object, or the thing that has the glass object sound, flies around wildly in different directions constantly, and if you interact with it while it's flying around, it damages you. But if you stand directly beside it as it spawns and starts moving, you don't get damaged at all. And I have no idea how that works, and I don't care to have any idea of how that works. I just know it does, and I feel happy.
However,
Look, you get to stand still.
However, if you do want to see how that attack looks normally, we actually get to see that in Brutal Rush, which is an incentive for this run. So if you can spare another $10 or so, if 2 people can spare $5, we get to see that because there's a phase. I'm being interrupted. Am I conveniently being interrupted?
Oh, well, I do have some depending on your perspective, either good news or bad news.
I hate
It looks like my little Spidey sense here is telling me that I've got another donation that just came in, and it is a $10 donation from Knock, saying, "Here comes the red bit," and it is indeed going towards the brutal boss rush incentive, meaning it is now complete to now enjoy suffering with this.
Yay!
That's great. Congrats
This
on getting the $40 for the incentive. Now I get to stay up for longer.
This is my
Thank you,
this is my
everyone, for the
not at all
donations.
worried
It's amazing.
face. Yes, thank you
It
so
is.
much.
Thank you. I may be joking, but yes, thank you. It is a great cause, so thank you for donating. Donate more.
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
because because this incentive is done doesn't mean
Oh
that
my
there
god,
aren't
what
other
am I doing
incentives.
here?
You're giving me time to ask about what are some other incentives, by the way.
Well, indeed, actually, in just a few hours, we do have another one, if I'm not mistaken. For instance, we've actually got an 80% out of bounds showcase for Yakuza Express, which is actually, just a few hours from now, this evening. And for this one, the amount that is needed is $60. So I do think this is most definitely reachable, and especially seeing a showcase is definitely fun. We've also got a few bid wars, for instance, for Worms World Party Remastered, for the one for naming the team or choosing the voice pack for the Worms. And we've got another one later on, even for the Spelunky series as well. You can check the tracker to check even more of the incentives and bid wars we've got coming for you during this event, because there's definitely a lot. And just before I give it back to you guys, I would like to remind everyone that this event is in benefit of Little Warriors, which are Canadian charitable organizations based in Alberta, Canada, who are focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. The Little Warriors Preventive Workshop is an interactive workshop designed to educate adults to prevent and respond to child sexual abuse through improving attitude, knowledge, and behavior of workshop participants. So you can visit their website at www.littlewarriors.ca to learn more about them. And as you can see, your donations are going towards an amazing cause. So thank you, everyone, and I'll let you guys get back to it.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, everyone, you heard great reasons to donate more. There's a great cause, and there's actually so many more different incentives to try and get. Oh God, dear God.
That was unfortunate.
Thank you for giving me more time to talk.
It's fine. You're welcome.
Yeah. So
I like to have a good time here.
Just because we reached that donation incentive for our run doesn't mean that that's the end of the donations that you can give. There are plenty of good things to go for. Also, we've entered into the gold world. I wish that. Oh, I guess that's a spoiler for what the boss is. I was gonna say the name of the boss. I wish the person that has this world could donate a bit, because they have quite a bit that they could use. Give away.
I almost forgot about the skip, by the way. You just skip through the whole skull zone.
That skip is so fun to do. By the way, something I didn't mention. There's a red button that is just completely hidden by this the gold coins. It is so hard to see, and I always forget it.
Routing this, I also I was stumped for a good 10 minutes before I was like, where is that other Eyemerald? What the hell? So
I was
swaggy
so
level.
upset with it. Yeah, this one's really fun. It's just really clean, and some of the strats that you do, you just go. You know what?
Coming up is one of the hardest. It's one of the hardest tricks now. Getting this first try would be amazing. It's not a given though. I want to get up here first if it lets me. I'm actually now worried of not getting the time. I'm just gonna take a save.
Another thing you can do instead is
just
just do that. Easy.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Okay. The kill plane there is unforgiving. Is the word I will use right now.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. That is very difficult.
That is
amazing job.
The hitboxes of these crickets, they are very, very, like...
Yeah, I mean, it just bounced off into space for a little bit.
I do
before
not
coming
understand the
back.
hitboxes of the crickets. Like, whenever
was wonderful.
whenever I have to use them in the speedrun, I'm just like, please be nice. But yeah.
Damage boosting to gain ourselves a little bit more height. It made this section a lot easier and faster instead of having to go and unlock the actual normal casual way of getting through this area. Wonderfully done,
Yeah.
by the way.
So far, like, this is, like, Worlds 5 and 6 have gone way better than Worlds 3 and 4. Or at least, at the very least, World 3. World 3 was the big choke point.
Yeah, specifically like 3, 4, I believe, or what was, I don't remember the number. Who
Like,
cares?
let's
Doesn't
not
matter.
talk
We get
about
to
it
get.
anymore.
Yeah, this grapple, kind of difficult to do. One thing I learned, the lava is very nice, and getting hit is very nice, so that you can damage boost up. I don't know how I ever got that kind of damage boost, because normally there is an iron grate that stops you from getting height to be able to get above the actual
Can you actually
lava.
get hit by that?
You can get hit and get sent up above the iron grate, and I have had it happen, and I have no idea because it only happened once, and then anytime I tried to replicate it, it did not work.
Okay, no, I haven't even, like, tried that, because I'm, like, going for the perfect grab all the time anyway! Ah! I almost...
Also, we got to
I
see.
scared myself.
Yeah, it's all right. We got to see Renata bullying a caterpillar. I don't know what they are actually, but they look close enough to a caterpillar that no one's gonna correct me. So wonderful.
I'm buying it.
Why are you buying caterpillars? I think there's
I'm
a better
buying...
use for your money.
I'm saying I'm buying your argument.
I know.
Like, okay. Am I gonna make that time still? I don't know. I died.
Well, now it's gonna be a lot simpler.
Exactly. Now I can
By
just
the
walk
way-
through this door. Just showing off the intended way of doing things. For good measure, you know? Anyway, we can also, like, you've probably seen this before, you can attach to fire tornadoes. Renata can't swim, by the way. But she can attach to fire tornadoes. Oh no, this gem there. This gem
alright.
has screwed me over so many times, I swear.
By the way, that gem moves up very quickly, and if you miss it, it's very inconvenient to try and grab it a second time. It's not as easy as you would think. You most likely will just fall to your death there if you miss it, and it happens pretty easily. There's no shadow that you can use underneath to be able to predict basically depth perception issues sometimes.
Alright, coming up, like, this is probably the easiest stage in any percent. It's also the shortest. The world record is lower than 3 seconds. Shout out to Nocturne18 for being rad.
Yeah.
In SNES, this is the hardest stage. It's the last race with Jake. We will not see Jake though. But it's just a mean level. Everything about it is mean. And
Yes. I spent an hour in this stage the first time I did this category because I could not get it and get it completed because it is very stressful to do, especially if you do it in the correct route. Making a mistake like that's
still fine.
unfortunate, but it's
this is
fine.
still, this is still okay.
Yeah, you are more than fine.
Everything after that, that's what's horrifying.
Yes. So hopefully this will go nice and cleanly so we can be calm and not stressed.
I mean, I do not want you to be stressed, even though, like, it seems like I do want that, but honestly, I don't. I want us to have a good time.
Oh, you're getting better at lying, at least. That's
Oh
good.
no! Oh my god! Like, stop exposing me. Oh no! Oh.
No.
So now we have to get the skull again.
Yeah, this is
like
showing...
I said, everything about the stage
Yeah.
is terrifying.
This is something that TheHellfridge mentioned earlier with this being a race stage. The checkpoints are very scarce here. There is one, because they realize just how difficult this is. It is terrifying.
Yeah,
So,
like you haven't even
alright.
seen half of it.
I'll let you focus on this because
Yeah.
this is actually a pretty difficult section.
Can I actually get that checkpoint there? Probably doesn't
No.
do me much good.
No, you need to hit the
So-
red.
Get the flyboy. Get up to there.
That's certainly a way of
Get-
doing it,
get-
I guess.
Get over there. Get the first Eyemerald. Get the second Eyemerald. Or not.
That is a really cool backup.
Yeah, I involuntarily figured that out. And now
Alright.
let's not choke the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like weird death planes around here. Everything about this is scary. I will play it extra safe because if we die now, we have to get the skull a third time. And we don't want to do that. But there's the goal.
Okay, good.
And we made
Alright.
it.
There we go. Nice. Good job.
We're not quite out of the
Yeah.
woods yet.
Yes, there is one final stage. And it is one of my favorite stages to do for the SNES route.
Just checking again, we have 35 where we need 35.
Yes,
So we got
35
all
of each of them.
collectibles. Now we gotta do it one more time. Luckily, conveniently, in this level, they're all set along our path, more or less.
Yes. It's very fast and honestly really, really fun to go through.
Yeah.
Favorite stage by far to do the SNES for. Just because you get to... It's got that like perfect amount of you go out of your way, but still being fast. At least personally.
I mean,
And-
it just stresses me out. Because also, like, the tricky thing about this is not the collectibles, it's for speedrunning, it's the boss, because you do not want
Yeah,
to choke.
okay.
The boss
The
fight
boss is
against the final
terrifying.
boss, Beelzebub. It's... Oh, no! Oh my god.
No way. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow, okay, that was just rude to you.
You know,
No,
like the
you
last
deserve that.
the last few times that I ran this level, like I just learned that these invisible blocks are there.
Yeah, I didn't know that they could even interrupt your grapple like that either.
So here
I
we go.
I knew they existed. I didn't know that they could do that though.
So yeah, the final boss fight against Beelzebub, it's 3 minutes long, and it's not too hard, but it is tricky. Like he does have at least one attack that can absolutely catch you off guard,
And
you do not want to
Speaking of-
you do not want to take a death at the end of that fight.
yeah, you also don't want to miss the Eyemerald here.
Yes, like
'cause that
last
would be-
Emerald is just cheekily hidden behind here.
Yeah.
Now we got all the collectibles, so we can go on and fight Beelzebub. So Beelzebub is like the amalgamation of all the bosses so far. This is like his original attack alongside his final one. And in each phase, he's going to show off different attacks from the other bosses before. Which
For
makes
this one, it would
pretty
be
cool.
prickly.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is. This boss fight is no joke. It is actually pretty easy to mess up enough times to die, because if you make one mistake, a second mistake can happen very quickly.
He can
immediately
actually combo you, and then nerves come into play, and then it's just all downhill from there. So there's the back and forth from Kiki,
And then after this will be time, and then we'll start the brutal boss rush.
yeah, like there's gonna be 5 phases. This is phase 2, and if there's still any more messages to read, this would still be a good final opportunity for this specific run.
Well, at the moment, I can certainly say that I really like the project we've made so far. As a reminder, as said earlier, we still have many more incentives left for the rest of this event, because we're only just getting started. The one I want once again to bring your attention to, if there's anyone who might have just joined in, is there's the Yoku's Island Express 80% out of bind showcase at $60. for which there's only a few hours left to reach those $60, basically until this evening. But I know we can reach it. So definitely get your donations in. It'll be absolutely amazing to see it. Yeah, let's keep it going, everyone. You're amazing.
So that was phase 3. We just saw like the ice pillar equivalent from Wintry. So phase 4, and so far damageless. That's what I want to see.
Saying words that should not be said during a marathon speedrun.
What could go
So far, it's going
now?
well.
Oh my god, how like conveniently the fire
That
things,
was amazing.
Like, I should have jumped to go past those. I didn't because I'm a fool.
Yeah,
but they
every time I
conveniently
don't
went past
jump,
me.
I always get hit.
Yeah,
So
same,
that was amazing.
same. Like I am surprised that I didn't get hit.
Yeah, you like threaded the needle there. That was terrifying, but also impressive.
That was like the rebanking of the karma from World 3. It's like, we give you this one.
Karma? That was not karma. You did not have any karma banked on
Yeah, that's
you.
why
Just-
the one that's why there's a thing that went right that did not save me any time. A nice thing that happened that I did not deserve anyway. All right, so final bout of attacks. So there's gonna be the ice wind from Hexy, comboed with the fire rings from Scorchy.
Yes.
So
And
should
then
I
after this will be-
cheese the final attack or not?
Yes, I want people to know about this. This is a really funny thing. You just stand in a corner. This
This is what
terrifying
victory looks like.
electrical
Oh
field.
god, that was such a good
is
final
actually not-
attack, lord.
Yeah, very, very terrifying. It does not actually extend all the way across the entire field, so you're able to do that. And time.
Time is when we hit continue on this. So time's gonna be
Well,
now. Oh right, it goes
There you
into
go.
the final cutscene immediately. So
I guess.
this was Frogun
Yeah.
SNES. There were some trials and tribulations along the way, but I'm happy you stayed along the ride. However, we're not done yet because an incentive got met, and we're both very happy about that because it's not terrifying at all.
Oh yeah, it's not terrifying, it's not long and scary or anything at all like that. It's the brutal boss rush from Frogun. It is wonderful, and here are all the credits. Amazing people, by the way.
Thank you,
everyone
thank
here.
you, thank you so much. So we're gonna go into my other save file.
Yes, because the brutal boss rush is actually in the secret 7th world.
Exactly,
Which has 6 stages as well, technically, but 2 of them are boss rushes, so that's why it's not really added in
So
those things.
I'm gonna have a final sip of water. And time starts in... Oh, do you want to still say something?
Oh, yeah, there's one thing I wanted to point out. This brutal boss rush, to say why it's not added into runs and why it's so crazy, is do you see this thing called the Master Time Goal? That is 20.5 minutes for the Master Time, which we didn't explain. There's a speed time, a speed metal time, and then there's a Master Time. So this is the
very speedy
faster time
That's
goal.
what they want you to do if you want to be really fast, but we're gonna hopefully do it in under 10 minutes. So
Yes.
we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go! Time for Brutal Rush. I've been practicing this a bit. It's still terrifying. Like, no matter like the amount of practice, everything can choke you up. Also, we get the banger song from the final boss throughout this entire level. Also, look at these like edgy designs. I love them. They have like they have MySpace energy. I love it.
In any case, they're very, very spooky.
So, like,
because-
the thing we mentioned, any percent can happen here again. Like, the boulders can destroy the flies, and the bounce actually does, like, a wave that can hurt us now. But we also only have to hit him twice,
Yes.
and we immediately go to Kiki.
Which I love, by
Oh,
the way.
yeah.
It's great that they did that. That being said, I will say these boss fights are terrifying for the most
Absolutely.
part.
Also, you see, like, this is, of course, like, my completed file, so I have the maximum 8 health. And we might need them. Like, we will have to fight Hexy and Beelzebub back to back. And while Kiki and Prickly only have 2 phases, in Brutal Rush, they have like the full 4 and 5 phases. So
Yes.
it's gonna be an endurance test, basically.
For sure. I will say it's not just going through all the bosses and just fighting them, and that's all that was for this incentive. There is actually something really, really interesting, and once you see it, it's going to hopefully blow your mind, because it blew my mind the first time I saw it.
We are gonna skip 1.5 bosses. Like, why 1.5? Because one we're gonna skip fully, and one we're just gonna like leave.
Yes. And one thing that's for sure is just pay attention to the fact that there's this incredible thing that each of these bosses have their own arenas. Well,
Are we gonna do SNES or just any percent? We're just gonna do SNES.
I might as well, because it's not really that difficult to grab the
Exactly, right?
stuff for it.
I will submit this. I don't think we have an IL run for SNES Brutal Rush yet. I'm just
Oh,
gonna submit
wonderful.
this
Well, I'll
one.
be able to
So,
verify it
There's
immediately.
Wintry, and we just leave.
Yep.
Or we try it again. It's a very tricky jungle.
that's not
Super
bad.
precise.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on the very edge of what the grapple distance actually is, so it is pretty difficult. Thankfully, if you die, there was a checkpoint right before this. Oh my god, that is so close to the kill plane.
We're not quite there yet.
Oh, nice try, don't worry. Third try is the charm.
All good. All good. I'm not worried. Like, it's just more time for charity and everything.
Exactly. Alright, you got this. Alright.
I'm actually just gonna try and like.
Yes, I would say that's a good idea.
There we go.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get that checkpoint.
Yes, because now if there's a death after, even in the next boss fight, it would send us back to
Exactly.
before Wintry. So it is imperative to get that
So
checkpoint.
here's Ultimate Hexy. I think it's such a rad design, and we are gonna see the Psychic Ball work as intended, because in the final phase we're gonna get these fire bars and the ball at the same time, so we can't just stand still.
Yeah,
Could I
no
technically?
cheesing.
Like, does it work if I get hit in between? I wonder.
No. Sometimes you can try, but I will
okay,
say that sometimes it.
Oh, also, fun
Yeah.
fact, do you remember how I said, like, 1.5 bosses? Wintry is still here, by the way. Like, her attacks, like, are still here. I got hit 3 times. I'm scared as heck. Like, I'm...
Yeah, this is a little spooky.
Absolutely.
Wintry is fighting while this is happening, by the way. This isn't just like one boss fight. It's basically like condensing 2 boss fights together.
Yeah, and the ice pillars, they're just gonna stay until the end. Like, they're still gonna be there when Beelzebub is there. And they can be very inconvenient, actually.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't mention, is that the game checks. It doesn't check whether you actually defeated a boss to be able to finish this boss rush, which is why we're able to skip them, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, you basically just have to... You only have to kill the final boss, because then you get the medal for completion. So, final
And
phase...
everything else, theoretically, can be skipped.
Exactly. That was super close, like, getting past that wind.
Yeah, that's a little spooky.
But I don't want to be in that wind while the pillars are spawning.
Yeah, for sure, because it's basically just... Well, look at all the things that are happening right now.
Exactly.
There's ice pillars, there's the icy
Also,
wind,
here it
then
is.
there's the flames.
The Psychic Ball of Psycho!
Yeah, you get to see what the actual attack does.
Alright,
Yeah, there's 4 things happening at once, and
time for
now
the finale.
no checkpoint. You go into the boss again, and it is not easy. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus now. Shout out to that guitar riff.
Yes, it is great. such a scary section here. Thankfully, there is some relaxation in the vulnerable phases, but after that, it is just stress all the way in between.
Now comes the Kiki attack.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there's... Oh my god, no.
Oh,
I hate all of this. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I can deal with this, I can deal with this.
Yeah.
So what's important now is where he's positioned at the end of this, because he's gonna do more nasty stuff. And I just want to be behind him as fast as possible so that doesn't hit me. Luckily, he always does that in the direction he's currently facing. So if I just get behind him fast enough... Anyway,
Which is something I don't even know because I never done this.
Well,
I've done
here you
this
go.
one. But
I've done this more than is healthy for me.
yeah, this is a very... I mean... there's a lot going on all at once, and it's very fun to watch, but
Actually,
oh
like,
boy.
here the pillars from Wintry can help me. Like, they can also block the things. So there they can actually be convenient. I am so, like, my pulse is pumping.
Yeah, 3 HP.
There's also, like, a third
I
one
believe
here.
in you.
Oh, no.
No. This is very tense. I definitely just think focus. I believe in you. Good luck.
Or, oh, get behind him. Or, like, I'm actually confused now. Maybe he does have 4 phases in Boodle Rush. I hope so. Because that would be good for me if this was the end of it. Oh no, it's not. We're just gonna have to do it with 1 more health. Final phase. This is it.
Yeah. I believe.
Okay, there we go. The final attack. I'm not gonna cheese it, and he's gonna do that 3 times.
Oh god, I didn't remember that.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank god for the ice pillar. Okay.
No,
well,
no, that
didn't
was
need it.
air stalling. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
You could.
Oh my god. There we go. That was Brutal Rush with 1 health remaining. Time. That was time. There we go.
GG.
GG's. That was... I'm very happy I got to show that off. I'm also very happy I didn't die there at the end. I completely blanked on what the final phase would be. I only know that there's gonna be 3 times the skulls, but... I'm gonna have a sip of water.
Yeah, I'm gonna have...
You're gonna go to sleep now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was Frogun. I'm so happy I was allowed to show this great new category off. I'm so happy that Trader was here. Thank you, Trader, for being here, for endangering your own health by not sleeping enough. Thanks for your commentary, for keeping me calm. Thanks for Indiethon, for having me. Thanks to my family. Shout out to my family for supporting me, and my fiance for making this wonderful frog hat that I love. Shout out to Little Warriors through a great charity. I don't know, I forgot too many people. The Frog on Discord. Shout out to those people.
Yeah.
Trader, who else do I have to mention?
No, that's all good. We're running short on time, so we should just make it fast. Thank you, everyone, basically.
Thank you. Have a great
It was
rest
very
of your
fun,
marathon.
and yes, absolutely. Bye, everyone. I hope you enjoyed.